Naruto. Naruto is one of those anime that I have a complicated relationship with it, to put it simply. When I first saw it, I loved it. It was a great anime to me. I loved what I saw. The story of this knucklehead ninja who wants to become leader of his village so that he can finally earn the respect and admiration of everyone. What can I say? I was endeared to that. I like that kind of story about someone who starts with nothing but wants to rise above their station and become better. It's inspiring, and I like characters who want to do that, like Deku from My Hero Academia. Very similar. I followed him for that. I followed Naruto for that story, but also for the world. The world that Naruto inhabited, I thought was very unique, very cool. It opened a lot of possibilities to different kind of stories. I even ended up making a sort of OC in the Naruto world when I was younger, because I liked it that much. But as the story progressed, that began to change, and my interest in Naruto began to wane, particularly by the Shippuden, which is the time skip saga. I began to realize more and more that Naruto isn't a nobody ninja wanting to become better. He is the chosen one ninja who is just reaching the point that he's supposed to, And by the time of the pain arc, once the pain arc ended, I thought that was when Naruto was going to end. I thought, okay, Naruto ended here. It was a long journey. It had some ups and downs, but it was okay. Nope, it kept going, and that was when I lost interest. A lot of the stuff they added into Naruto after that just destroyed the story for me. I grew to really, really dislike Naruto. It started to grate on me, and the amount of people telling me, oh, but it's so good. No, I can't agree with that. But if there is one thing about Naruto that I did like, it was his relationship with Hinata Hyuga. Hinata is a character that I actually did enjoy all the way through Naruto. She was a character that stayed consistent, that I really liked. And so when she and Naruto get married at the very end of the series, that was something I liked. I was glad for that. I was like, okay, good thing. I'm glad for that. But now here's this CBR article talking about how the relationship between Naruto and Hinata is not good. It is a bad relationship. And I thought, well, really? I thought that it was actually a more well-written part of the story. Very surprising to me, because I don't think Masashi Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto, is that good at writing relationships. But, okay, I was willing to read the article and actually look at why the relationship is bad. Now, here's the thing. If CBR wants to write articles about how Naruto doesn't make sense, go right ahead. I'm not going to argue that. There are lots of things that don't make sense. But this one seems a little bit odd, because I think that Naruto and Hinata's relationship is fine. But let's take a look. Let's have a look at this article and find out why Naruto and Hinata's relationship is bad. Quick rundown on the relationship before we go forward. I promise I'm not going to go into a full thing, but let's just break it down. Hinata Hyuga is a child from a famous clan in the village of Leaves. She is not good at what she does. She's not a great ninja. She's actually very weak by her clan standards. But she admires Naruto from afar for a long time because she admires the fact that he never gives up, never stops trying. She thinks that he's so cool for that, and she develops a crush on him. But she's very shy, very timid. She doesn't ever know how to approach him. She constantly wants to, but she has fainting spells. She turns red. It's very cute. Her very cute shyness, and that's one thing I really liked about her. A very timid girl who just can't build up the courage to approach the guy she likes. And the thing is, I think I liked Hinata more than Naruto. I think that's what it came down to. I always liked her more, and because she wanted so badly to be with Naruto and was working so hard to better herself to be with him, I think that's why I wanted that relationship to happen more than anything, because I liked Hinata. I don't really care much for Naruto, but Hinata was a character I really liked. So, now this CBR article wants to tell us that the relationship is bad. Well, let's take a look. Let's find out why the relationship is bad. 10 worst things about Naruto and Hinata's relationship. Though Naruto Uzumaki and Hinata Hyuga make a sweet couple, there are a lot of missteps in the relationship in the Naruto franchise. When two characters have had a connection ever since they were children, it seems like a fairy tale when they end up together as a couple in the end of the storyline. In the Naruto franchise, however, Naruto Uzumaki and Hinata Hyuga don't exactly have the kind of relationship fans would find in a fairy tale. It takes a long time for the two of them to find themselves on the same page. Being on different pages also means that there are quite a few times the two of them actually put each other in danger, though not on purpose. While they really do suit one another well, there's also no arguing there are many bad aspects to their relationship as they grow up and figure things out. Number 10. Hinata spends most of her childhood unable to talk to Naruto. Hinata is a very shy and gentle child. She doesn't like being the center of attention and finds it difficult to get her point across. Those traits are exasperated by her crush on Naruto as a kid. This means that any time Naruto tries to have a conversation with her, she usually stammers, turns red, and in extreme instances faints. Being around Naruto, no matter how much she wants to, is just too much for her. That eventually changes as the two become friends, but her reactions prevent her from having an actual conversation with Naruto for years. Well, yeah, because she's shy. And she admired Naruto from afar. She was trying to find the courage and confidence just to talk to him. That's why I liked her character. Unlike characters like Sakura and Ino, who were both sluts lusting after the disinterested Sasuke, Hinata was just trying to work up the nerve to even speak to the one she loved. I thought it was endearing. I wanted to cheer for her success. That's part of why people liked the pairing. How is this a sign of a bad relationship? Number 9. Hinata endures a lot of teasing because of her feelings. Hinata isn't one of the characters often spotlighted early in the series. Her reactions to Naruto don't go unnoticed by her peers, though. While Sakura feels for her and even eventually encourages Hinata to tell Naruto how she feels, others aren't so friendly. Her teammate Kiba alternates between making light of Hinata's infatuation and admonishing her for her fainting spells. He's also pretty hostile to Naruto in early missions they share. Some fans theorize that was a result of jealousy, but it's never addressed, and Kiba continues to tease Hinata long into the series without taking how it makes her feel into account. Okay, first question. What does this have to do with their relationship? This is just about how other people treat them. And besides that, teasing is natural. My parents teased me about every girl I ever had a crush on or dated, and while it was annoying, I knew they cared. Kiba teasing Hinata is natural because they're friends, and he admonishes her fainting spells because it's pathetic and he's embarrassed for her. He gets hostile at Naruto because he knows how Hinata feels, and he's pointing out what an idiot Naruto is for not seeing it himself. But again, I don't think this is relevant because it has nothing to do with their relationship. It's about how people treat them. Number 8. Naruto spends their formative years oblivious to her feelings. Naruto isn't the most observant ninja in Konoha, with his rivalry with Sasuke and his own crush on Sakura consuming him during the first half of the series. It's no wonder he's oblivious to Hinata's feelings. She's not part of his tight-knit team, so he doesn't take much notice of her unless he has to work with her. Even then, he doesn't realize that her speechlessness and her fainting are direct results of interacting with them. When everyone else around him can easily see Hinata's feelings, it makes the audience wonder just how bad Naruto's observation skills must be in the field and how they ever ended up as a couple at all. I'm sorry. Maybe you didn't realize this. Maybe it went over your head. And I apologize that it slipped your notice. I will do my best to explain this here, so bear with me. One sec. Let me explain. Naruto is stupid. Everyone in the village knows that Naruto is stupid. He doesn't notice Hinata's feelings for him because he's stupid. He doesn't pick up on social cues because he's stupid. He struggles to learn ninjutsu because he's lazy and stupid. I'm sorry that slipped your notice. Now, even if that wasn't the case and Naruto wasn't an immature dumbass, that's a very common trope in anime. Actually, it's a common trope in media. You get a male lead being pursued by a female in love and they are oblivious to their interest. Interview with Monster Girls, Ultramaniac, heck, even One Piece. I discussed this in my first response to CBR when talking about Boa Hancock and One Piece. How are you people not seeing this trope?
じゃあ少し体験してみますか？サキュバスのサイン。え？じゃじゃーん。どうですかね？信じたい。
すごく素敵だと思います。
ありがとうございます。リアクションが薄い。
And again, your point here is that Naruto didn't notice Hinata's feelings? How is that a sign of a bad relationship? Lots of guys or girls don't notice people who crush on them. It's all about context. It's all about noticement. It's all about confessions. Like, this has nothing to do with their current relationship. It has everything to do with the preamble to their relationship. My goodness. Number 7, Hinata's obsession with Naruto means she doesn't foster many other relationships. To be fair, few members of the Konoha 11 form meaningful relationships outside of their ninja teams. They're all so focused on the looming war that there isn't much time for them to befriend others or pursue romance. There are exceptions like Naruto and Gaara becoming friends or Shikamaru and Temari pursuing a relationship, but both of those are the result of interstitial conflict between the pairings. Hinata places her focus squarely on admiring Naruto and lifting up her team. There's nothing else for her. She doesn't even become good friends with Sakura until after the 4th Shinobi War. I'm not even addressing this. Again, it comes down to the other question. What does this have to do with her relationship with Naruto? You're saying that because she doesn't have many other relationships, her relationship with Naruto is somehow toxic? How is that relevant? I attribute this to Kishimoto not being very good at writing relationships, but good Lord, what does this have to do with anything? This is so insignificant. Moving on. I'm not addressing that. Moving on. Number 6. Naruto encourages Hinata's contentious match with Neji. The Chunin exams are already a point of contention amongst Naruto fans. There's a lot about the process that doesn't make a lot of sense. The one-on-one matches, for example, tend to be very unevenly matched, like pitting Hinata against her cousin Neji. Despite knowing that Neji is the top-ranked genin, Naruto has no problem being the one person in the venue encouraging Hinata not to back down. Hinata refuses to look like a quitter, with Naruto finally paying attention to her, and it nearly costs her her life since Neji blocks her flow of chakra and continues to land blows against her. If not for the interference of their teachers, Neji would have killed her. All because Hinata refused to let Naruto down. Really? Okay. In the Chunin exam, I admit, the Chunin exam is kind of a crap show. It doesn't make a lot of sense all the time. But Hinata knew she probably couldn't win against her cousin because Neji he's a prodigy of her family. He is really, really good. He's considered the number 1 genin. But she wanted to prove to Neji and to herself that she had gotten stronger and that she wasn't weak. And the only way she could do that was by fighting. Now, why? Was it because Naruto was pressuring her, like you say? No. It's because Naruto never gives up. Naruto's his ninja way, is to never go back on his word and to never give up. That's his ninja way. That's what Hinata admires about Naruto. She admires the fact that he never gives up. And she wants to be just like him. So despite the odds, she wants to be like Naruto and never give up. This isn't about Naruto pressuring her into fighting.
Hinata! ちょっとは言い返せってばよ! 見てるこっちが腹立つぞ! ありがとう。
危険しないんだな。どうなっても知らんぞ。
私はもうまっすぐ自分の言葉は曲げねえ。俺の人道だ。逃げたくない。白くまっすぐ自分の言葉は曲げない。私もそれが人道だから。
ひなたってばあんなにすごいやつだったなんて。君によく似てます。
It's about Naruto being her idol. Her wanting to be like Naruto. Wanting to never give up. And yes, Neji did almost kill her. But it's not because of her choice to fight. It's because she poked a nerve. Near the end of the fight, she points out Neji's afraid of his own destiny.
それは違うわ、ネジ兄さん。だって私には見えるもの。私なんかよりずっとあなたは苦しんでいる。宗家と分家という運命の中で迷い苦しんでいるのはあなたの方。ネジ君、もう試合は終了です。
You know, she kind of gets under Neji's skin. And out of anger, he tries to kill her, which then the teacher stops. Now, you can say what you want about Naruto and Hinata and their dynamic in terms of combat. You can talk about how Hinata probably should have pulled out of that fight. But here's my thought on the subject. What would that prove to anyone if Hinata just said, you're right, I quit, I can't win this one? The whole idea of the Chunin Exam was to show that you are ready to become a Chunin. And if she just backs down from a fight because she doesn't think she can win, what does that say about her? She's not meant to be a Chunin. She's not meant to do it. And then the big question, what does this have to do with their relationship? What does any of this have to do with their relationship? You're not talking about Naruto and Hinata at the time of their relationship. You're talking about everything that built up to the relationship. And how is that relevant? Move on. Number 5, Hinata getting hurt means Naruto loses control. Despite Naruto not even realizing how deeply he cares about Hinata, he's willing to completely destroy Konoha in her name. When Hinata stands up to Pain on his behalf, Naruto believes her killed by the enemy. The anger he feels as that moment proves that Naruto really does love her, but it also gives Kurama an opening. While it's admirable that Naruto wants to get justice for Hinata, the way he goes about it is dangerous and destructive. There is nothing wrong at all with that. Okay. First of all, I don't see what this has to do with the relationship. But second of all, we men are the defenders of our families. We are ingrained with a primal desire to protect the people we love. If I even imagine someone I love being hurt, it is frightening how savage my thought process becomes. When I dated girls in college and someone came too close, I tensed up. It is a natural sensation to want to defend the ones we love. Now here's Hinata confessing her love for Naruto, throwing herself into a fight she knows she can't win, and then seemingly dying to save him. Imagine yourself in that position if it was you. Would you not fly into a rage? Would you not lose your sense of self? Maybe lose yourself to anger?
Rage summons him forth.
We don't just see it in Naruto. Some of the most defining moments in anime involve main characters reacting to people they love or care about getting hurt. The first time Goku went Super Saiyan was after Krillin was killed.
Don't do it! Goku! You ruthless, heartless bastard! I will make you suffer!
Luffy punched a celestial dragon after his friend Hachi was not only shot, but begging Luffy's forgiveness for messing things up for him.
ダメだ。怒るな。俺がドジったんだよ。ごめんな。こんなつもりじゃなかったのにな。ナミにちょっとでも償いをしたくて。やっぱり俺は昔から何やってもドジだから。本当にドジだからよ。結局迷惑ばっかりかけてごめんだ。お前その目はなんだい。俺が見えんのかい。 前もムカつくい。
Deku activated One for All for the first time when rushing to save Ochako Uraraka.
There are no combat points rewarded for taking on that humongous villain. But there is opportunity. A chance to shine. So clench your butt cheeks, kid. And yell this from the depths of your heart!
This is nothing new for anime heroes. Heck, this isn't even new for Naruto. Naruto first activated the Nine-Tailed Fox's energy for the first time when he thought Sasuke died for him.
許さねえ。ぶっ殺してやる。なんだこの着打は。
The Nine-Tails is able to release some of its chakra through Naruto when he feels feelings of anger or loss. It fuels his power. But you know what? I don't know why I'm explaining this to all this to you, because here's the real question I need to ask. What does this have to do with their relationship? Are you saying that because of this, their relationship is toxic? That Naruto just flies into a rage when something bad happens to her? You know what? If I was a woman and I got hurt by somebody, and my husband was not upset, was not angry that I got hurt by somebody, was not a little vengeful, I'd wonder how much he cared. This proves that Naruto loves or cares about Hinata. It was actually kind of touching that he got so upset. Was it a little frightening? Sure, but I was glad to see it. I was glad to see him lose it for her. Ugh. Move on. Number 4. Naruto doesn't recognize Hinata when calling her beautiful. There are a few filler arcs in the anime that see Naruto and Hinata on the same teams for missions. On one of them, Hinata sneaks away from her team in the middle of the night to practice a jutsu she's been developing on her own. Since she practices in the middle of a waterfall, she does it unclothed to keep her clothes dry. Naruto happens to spot her when he gets up in the middle of the night, but doesn't recognize her. He even mentions the next day that the person he saw was beautiful. That might boost Hinata's ego a little bit, but considering the two have been in the same class at the Ninja Academy for years, shouldn't Naruto be able to recognize Hinata by now? Really? Okay. You know, I once had a dream where I was in this wide open field, right? And this beautiful girl was there. I don't recognize her, but we dance, we play together, we roll in the grass, we're living like Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, okay? It is just pure bliss. When I asked her name, she didn't answer because right as she was about to give it, a lightning crash outside my window woke me up, cutting off the dream. Now, the funny thing is, my psychology professor explained to me that we can't dream about people or places we've never seen before. Even strangers in our dreams are modeled after people we've seen or glanced at before because our brain recreates them for the purpose of our dreams. Now, this girl was gorgeous, but even to this day, I don't know who she was, which seems odd because I feel like I would have known her. Sometimes we don't always make connections that we feel we should when we're tired or when we're focused on other things. Naruto is half asleep, middle of the night, looking at a waterfall. His vision is a little blurry, but he sees this beautiful girl dancing and can't make out who she is, but just knows that she looked beautiful, doesn't realize it's Hinata. Firstly, makes total sense. It's dark out, hard to see, only could make out her figure, thinks it's a nice figure, thinks she's beautiful, can't make out who she is. But 2, and this is the big one, why does this matter? Again, how is this a sign of a bad relationship? You're not talking about this whole point is Naruto didn't recognize her when it was dark out and she was dancing under a waterfall and all you could see was a silhouette. He couldn't recognize her, so bad relationship. Why are you making me defend Naruto? I can't believe you're doing this to me. Moving on. Number 3. Number 3, it takes Hinata almost marrying a villain for Naruto to understand his feelings. Hinata flat out says that she loves Naruto a few times in the anime, most notably while defending him from pain. It still takes Naruto a whole mission to save her sister for him to figure out just what that means. That mission is the focus of the last Naruto the movie. It's not until Naruto is faced with the possibility of Hinata marrying Toneri in her sister's place that he recognizes his own feelings for Hinata. Just as he's about to lose her, he's finally willing to admit he loves her, which seems a little ridiculous considering all they've been through together before this. Okay, yes, thank you. I'll grant you this one. Yes, okay, good point, thank you. This always annoyed me. This annoyed the hell out of me when Hinata confessed her love for Naruto in the pain arc, and Naruto never said or did anything about it afterwards. That's a pretty big bomb to drop on someone and for them to never follow up. See, here's the funny thing. In Japanese, confessing your love is not a small thing. You know, in the West, we kind of use love like really poorly. We'll say things like, oh God, I love pizza, or oh, don't you just love this song, or oh, I love this TV show, or I love these shoes. Like, we say love all the time like it's nothing. In Japan, there are multiple ways to say you love or like something, but the way Hinata says it is the big one. It's the contextual way of saying I love you and I would marry you. You know, it's the big one. She drops the big love bomb, okay? It's a big deal what she drops, and Naruto never brings it up afterwards. Like, after the fight is over, after Hinata's okay, he never approaches her and says, hey, Hinata, did you mean that? Like, you really love me? Like, never brought up.
I'm here because I want to be. I used to be such a crybaby, always giving up before I even got a chance to start. I always chased after you, wanting to catch up, wanting to walk together with you forever. Because I love you. I always will.
And so, I admit, that was pretty bad. I blame it on Kishimoto, because I think what was supposed to happen was the pain arc was supposed to be the last arc, but it didn't end there. It kept going. Kishimoto kept it going, and he forgot to give that scene closure. So, yeah, I will let you have that point. That's pretty stupid. Point to you. Thank you. Okay, next one. Number 2, it takes a separate movie for the audience to see the characters bond. Setting aside Naruto's dramatic revelation that he does in fact love Hinata, there's also the issue that they don't bond much in the anime outside of life or death situations. While the last does feature a mission concerning the end of the world, it's also the first time Naruto and Hinata really get to spend time together off the battlefield, at least that the audience is privy to. They've known each other as classmates and allies for a decade, and it's just then that Naruto and Hinata find themselves alone, separated from their teammates, and able to have normal conversations. It shouldn't have taken so long for them to talk about something other than their shinobi techniques. I feel like this is just your last point just expanded. I mean, you're just talking about the movie again, but to be fair, this movie's whole purpose was to put these two characters together. So the movie is just making up for lost time. But like I said, this is just your previous point expanded. There's not a lot new here. I guess I'll let you have it. I don't know. It just feels like you're just saying the same thing. Moving on. Last one. Let's get this over with. Number 1. Naruto is a mostly absent father after becoming Hokage. It's very clear by the time the Boruto movie and series comes along that Naruto and Hinata care for one another deeply. Unfortunately, Naruto isn't exactly the best husband or father. Boruto begins over a decade into their marriage, and Naruto is mostly absent. To be fair, he is the Hokage. For someone who grew up without a family to support him, though, Naruto spends a lot of time absent from his wife and kids. It takes his son getting into serious trouble and the village being put in danger again for him to realize he needs to be a better dad and a better partner to Hinata. Oh, shut up! I hate this. You really went here. I absolutely hate this argument. Okay, first of all, Boruto is a horrible series. It's an absolute waste of time, and the only reason I encourage anyone to watch it is because I actually do enjoy seeing the original characters as adults now more than I do watching their children. Boruto as a character is an annoying little pissant who has all of the annoyance of Naruto as a kid, but none of his charm. The whole Naruto isn't at home often, so he's a bad dad and husband argument just reeks of stupidity. Look, you're essentially the president of the ninja world, right? You're gonna be a bit busy. It makes sense even in our world. If I am president of the United States, do you think I have time to run a YouTube channel? Do you think I have time to just take long vacations with my kids? Come on. But here's the crazy thing. The only one who really points this out, who really points out that Naruto's gone all the time, is not Hinata. It's not Himawari, his daughter. It's Boruto, who acts like an absolute jerk to his dad even when he is home. See, he whines and bitches that his dad isn't around for him enough, but even when his dad is around, he gives him a bad attitude and sticks his nose up at him. The kid is an annoying little turd, and the fact that your final argument for why Naruto and Hinata's relationship is bad is because of this little kid's daddy issues is sad. Look, Hinata, maybe I missed the episode, because I admit, I have not watched much of Boruto because I can't stand it. But Hinata, I've never seen her complain to Naruto about how much he's gone. I've never seen her throw in divorce papers because he's gone all the time. She seemed pretty patient with them. It's Boruto with the issues. So I'd say Hinata and Naruto's relationship is actually pretty good. I think it's his relationship with his son that needs work, and I don't blame that on Naruto. I blame that on him having a very whiny, entitled, spoiled child. If you couldn't tell, I don't like Boruto. Boruto made me respect Naruto way more. Oh god, this series is so much better than this new series. Okay, I'm done with this. I'm done. Okay, sorry guys that I did another CBR article like this. It's just, it was awful. Okay, so, final point. I don't like Naruto that much, but I hate Boruto more. This article seems to just want to point out that Naruto and Hinata's relationship was a little strained at first because they had trouble actually committing. Hinata had trouble confessing, and Naruto had trouble seeing that she liked him. That's not a problem. In my opinion, that was part of what made the relationship so fun. It wasn't just this thing where Hinata easily walked up to Naruto and said, I like you, go out with me. And it wasn't this thing where Naruto instantly picks up on the context clues and goes, she might really like me. No, it was fun to see Hinata trying so hard to work up the courage to just talk to this person she likes. And it was fun waiting to see when Naruto would come around to her. I liked that kind of relationship. I don't like relationships where the girls just lust after this one guy who acts too cool for school, you know? It's like one... That's why I hated Sakura so much. This lovesick puppy who donated nothing to the script except for her stupid pink hair. You know, even Kishimoto admitted Hinata would have been a better female lead than Sakura. Okay, so I really don't see the point of this article. The only good point they made was that after Hinata confessed her love, Naruto never follows through on anything until the movie. So yes, I give you that one. That was one point I will grant you that was stupid. But everything else just... This was awful. And I think the real sin here is this article actually made me defend Naruto. I spend most of my time pointing out to people why I don't think Naruto is very good. Why I think that it's a crap tier series. Why I think that it went downhill and what it could have been. What Naruto could have been. Okay? Because it could have been great. Alright. I'm done. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment and a like down below. I'm sure I pissed off a lot of Naruto fans today, but whatever. And I will see you in my next video. Take care.